learners! Welcome back to another exciting episode here on my YouTube channel. I'm Ma'am Reina, and today we're shifting gears as we dive into the energizing world of physical education and health under the Matatag curriculum, part of the revised K-12 program. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss out on our fun, relevant, and engaging lessons. So grab your notebook, settle into a focused space, and get ready, because today's topic is filled with real-life value and will help you grow into a more confident, respectful, and informed individual. Ready to begin? Let's start the lesson! Our learning competency for this episode is explain the importance of values in building a healthy and positive sexuality and preventing gender-based issues. This means that by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to understand how the values we live by. Now that we know our learning competency, let's break it down into clear learning objectives. By the end of this episode, you are expected to define core values such as respect, empathy, responsibility, and honesty, and understand how they contribute to healthy and positive sexuality. Explain how both your personal beliefs and society's expectations can influence sexual behavior in relationships. Analyze real-life scenarios and figure out how decisions based on good values can lead to respectful and non-discriminatory relationships. Advocate for respectful, value-based behavior that supports gender equality and promotes positive sexual health. The content of our lesson today is all about healthy and positive sexuality. We'll explore what it means to have a healthy attitude toward our identity, our relationships, and the way we treat others. So stay focused. This lesson is all about understanding growth and learning to make choices that reflect the best version of who you are. Let's continue. All right, grade 8. Let's check what you already know before we jump deeper into our lesson. Carefully read each question and write the letter of the correct answer on your answer sheet or notebook. Take your time, and if you need to, feel free to pause the video. This is just a quick check to help you reflect on what you already understand and what we'll learn more about today. Ready? Let's begin! Let's move on to part 2 of your preliminary assessment. In this activity, you will match the colors of the LGBT flag in column A to their meanings in column B. Are you done? Let us check your answers. Count your correct responses and write your score at the top of your paper. So, what's your score? Now, let me show you the interpretation of your score so you can better understand how well you did in the preliminary assessment. Whether you got a perfect score or just a few correct answers, great job! What matters most is that you're learning and growing. Our next activity, gender matchup. Let's explore the different roles played by males and females in society, and more importantly, what they share in common. You will use a Venn diagram, 2 overlapping circles. Take your time to think and reflect. Which roles are unique and which ones are shared by everyone? Once you're done, take a moment to review and ask yourself, are these roles really fixed or can anyone perform them? Write your answers neatly and creatively. Submit your output to your teacher once you're done. Before we dive deeper into today's topic, let's make sure we understand some key terms that will help us in our discussion. Equality refers to the state of being equal in status, rights, and opportunities regardless of differences such as race, gender, religion, or socio-economic status. This means giving everyone a fair chance, treating each person with the same level of respect and importance. Feminine refers to traits and behaviors typically associated with females, such as nurturing, empathy, and grace. These are qualities often connected to how girls or women express themselves, but they can be shown by anyone. Inclusivity promotes diversity and ensures that everyone feels valued, respected, and empowered to participate fully in society. It's about making sure no one feels left out and that all people, no matter who they are, feel welcome. Masculine refers to traits and behaviors typically associated with males, such as strength, assertiveness, and independence. These traits are often seen in boys or men, but again, anyone can have them regardless of gender. Norms, established guidelines or standards of behavior that are considered typical or acceptable within a particular society or group. These are the unspoken rules people usually follow in certain places or communities. SOGI stands for Sexual Orientation, Gender Identity, and Gender Expression. It encompasses the diverse ways in which individuals experience and express their sexuality and gender, including their attractions, identities, and presentations. It helps us understand that people are different in how they feel, identify, and show who they are. Let us now move on to our first subtopic, understanding basic terms such as sex, gender, gender identity, gender expression, sexual orientation, and sexuality. Take a look at the diagram shown below. Based on what you observe, reflect, and analyze the differences between the two key terms, gender and sex. What do you think gender means based on the diagram? What do you think sex refers to? Use your own words. There's no need to memorize. Just express your understanding clearly and honestly. Take your time. Once you're done, we'll talk about what these terms really mean and how they apply in real life. Let's go. Gender and sex interpretation. Sex refers to the biological and physiological characteristics that determine the difference between females and males. Gender pertains to the social roles, behaviors, and activities dictated by society for women and men. Unlike sex, gender is not confined to just two categories, male or female. It includes a broad and diverse spectrum of identities and expressions, recognizing that people experience and express their gender in many different ways. Understanding the distinction between sex and gender helps us promote respect, inclusivity, and acceptance of each person's identity. Characteristics of sex. Male. Presence of an Adam's apple, presence of scrotum and testicles, possession of XY chromosomes, production of primarily androgen and testosterone hormones. Female. Presence of developed breasts, presence of vulva and vagina, possession of XX chromosomes, production of primarily estrogen and progesterone hormones. These biological and physiological traits are typically used to identify a person's sex at birth. However, it's important to remember that biological variations exist, and not everyone fits neatly into these categories, which is why understanding gender diversity is equally important in creating an inclusive and respectful environment. What does LGBTQIA+ stand for? The acronym LGBTQIA+ represents a diverse community of individuals with varying sexual orientations, gender identities, and expressions. L. Lesbian, a woman who is emotionally, romantically, or sexually attracted to other women. G. Gay, a person who is emotionally, romantically, or sexually attracted to people of the same gender, often used to refer to men, but can apply to all genders. B. Bisexual, a person who is attracted to more than one gender. T. Transgender, a person whose gender identity differs from the sex assigned at birth. Q. Queer or questioning. Queer is an umbrella term for people who don't identify strictly as heterosexual or cisgender. Questioning refers to individuals who are exploring or unsure of their sexual orientation or gender identity. I. Intersex, a person born with physical sex characteristics, such as chromosomes, hormones, or anatomy, that do not fit typical definitions of male or female. A. Asexual or ally. Asexual individuals experience little or no sexual attraction to others. Allies are supporters and advocates of the LGBTQIA+ community, even if they don't identify within it themselves. Plus, the plus symbol represents all other identities not specifically listed but equally valid, such as pansexual, non-binary, gender fluid, and many more. Characteristics of gender. Gender isn't just about being male or female. It's about how we understand ourselves and how we express that understanding to the world. It includes the cultural expectations, roles, behaviors, and identities that come with being male, female, or non-binary. These ideas are shaped by cultural norms and traditions. Different cultures have their own unique beliefs about what it means to be a man or a woman. Social expectations. These are the roles and traits society often assigns, like expecting women to be nurturing or men to be strong leaders. Personal identity. Gender is also about how you feel inside, your own sense of who you are. It's your personal journey, and no one can define it but you. Expression and behavior. This includes how you dress, talk, act, or even what hobbies you enjoy. All these are ways we show our gender to the world. But here's something important to remember. Gender is not just two boxes. It's a wide, colorful spectrum that goes beyond simply male or female. People may identify as non-binary, genderqueer, transgender, or in many other ways, and that's okay. By understanding gender better, we learn how to respect differences, celebrate diversity, and make everyone feel seen, valued, and included. Gender is learned. Children learn about gender-appropriate behavior from parents, peers, and society. Gender is collaborative, socially constructed through interactions, guiding behavior towards others based on perceived norms. Gender is something we do. Gender expectations require specific behaviors for recognition, encompassing clothing choices, actions, and speech, inferred from posture, attitude, tone, and attire. Gender involves asymmetry. Gender inequality exists, with men often valued more than women, leading to unfair judgments based on gender. All right, grade 8, let's kick things off with a fun brain teaser. The Gender and Sexuality Vocabulary Challenge. Here's what you need to do. You'll see clues about the important terms we've talked about in our lesson. Your job? Guess the correct word and fill in the missing letters in the blanks provided. Think of it like solving a puzzle, but one that tests your knowledge on gender, sexuality, and respect. Are you ready to show how much you know? Let's get started and see who can guess them all. Great job! All right, grade 8 learners, it's time for a moment of reflection. Why do you think it's important to understand and respect diversity in gender and sexuality? What are some ways we can show respect and support to people in the LGBTQIA+ community? Take a moment to think about these questions honestly. Your answers matter, because showing respect starts with understanding. Let's proceed to our next activity. Gender Guess Who? Spot the distinction. Are you ready to test what you've learned? Here's what to do. Read each statement carefully. Then, draw a male symbol if the characteristic describes a male and female symbol if it describes a female. Sounds simple? Let's see how well you can spot the distinctions. Take your time, think it through. Pause the video and take your time to finish if you haven't yet. Reminder, the next slide will show the correct answers, so only press play when you're ready to check your work. Ready to check? Let's see how you did. Wow, great job! All right, grade 8 learners, let's put your knowledge to the test with this exciting challenge. Now it's time to solve the crossword puzzle based on everything we've learned about gender and sex-related terms. Think carefully, read each clue, and recall the key concepts we discussed. Fill in the puzzle with the correct terms. This is your chance to show what you've understood in a fun and creative way. Remember, you may pause the video if you need more time. No pressure, take it at your own pace. Ready to crack the code? Let's begin solving the puzzle. If you're not finished yet, pause the video now and take your time to complete the puzzle. If you're ready, press play and let's check your answers together. Let's see how well you cracked the code. How many did you get right? Take a moment to reflect on how well you understood the terms. Let's move on to our next subtopic, and it's something that truly matters in our daily lives. The importance of values, focusing on equality, respect, and acceptance in building a healthy and positive sexuality. All right, learners, it's time to observe and reflect. Take a close look at the symbols presented above. Now, answer the following questions thoughtfully. What symbols are depicted above, starting from the left? Look closely and try to name or describe each one. What is the intended message conveyed by these symbols? Think about what these symbols represent and how they relate to our lesson on gender and sexuality. Do you think it's appropriate for the message conveyed by the symbols above to be realized? Why or why not? Support your answer with your thoughts and understanding. Gender equality, also referred to as sexual equality or parity of the sexes, denotes a condition where individuals have equal access to resources and opportunities irrespective of gender. This includes participation in economic activities, decision-making processes, and the recognition of diverse behaviors, aspirations, and needs without discrimination based on gender. Gender equality means giving everyone, regardless of whether they are male, female, or identify differently, equal chances and opportunities in life. This includes having the same access to education, jobs, decision-making roles, and being treated fairly without bias or discrimination based on gender. According to UNICEF, gender equality entails ensuring that women and men, as well as girls and boys, have equal rights, access to resources, opportunities, and protection. It does not mandate uniformity between genders or identical treatment, but rather aims for fairness and equity in opportunities and outcomes for all genders. As of 2017, gender equality represents the 5th out of 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations. It's worth noting that gender equality, as currently defined, primarily focuses on achieving parity between women and men and has yet to fully incorporate gender identities beyond the binary framework. Gender neutrality and gender equity serve as approaches and mindsets that contribute to achieving the goal of gender equality. Let's get ready for an eye-opening activity. You'll be watching 2 powerful videos that explore gender equality and SOGI, sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression. Video 1. Emma Watson's speech at the United Nations. Click the link, AC, or scan the QR code provided on the screen to watch it directly on your device. Video 2. Boy Abunda, explaining SOGI. Click the link, or scan the QR code on the screen to access it easily. After watching the videos, don't forget to reflect and answer the process questions provided. You can pause the video anytime to take notes or think about your responses. Let's learn with an open heart and an open mind. In this activity, you'll be using a graphic organizer to brainstorm and list goals that individuals from different gender identities, male, female, and LGBTQIA+, can work toward to promote equality, respect, and acceptance in their communities. What kind of goals can help people feel more accepted, respected, and safe? How can each of us contribute to a more understanding and inclusive world? Take your time to reflect and write meaningful, achievable goals in each section of the organizer. Think of real-life actions, big or small, that make a positive impact. Learners, it's time for one of the most exciting parts of our lesson, Activity 9, Building a Gender-Inclusive Community. For this activity, we'll be working collaboratively in groups of 5. Your task is to create a program or campaign that promotes acceptance, equality, and respect for all genders in your school or community. Use the guiding questions below to help shape your ideas. Use the program planning table provided to organize and present your ideas clearly. Be creative, thoughtful, and inclusive. Think of something realistic that could actually happen in your school or barangay. At the end of the session, each group will share their proposal with the class. It's time to get creative! For our next activity, we're launching a gender diversity awareness poster campaign. This is your chance to express your support for equality and inclusion through art. Here's what you'll do. Bring out your art materials, markers, colored pencils, paper, or any other supplies you'd like to use. Your task is to design a powerful, meaningful, and creative poster that celebrates gender diversity, promotes acceptance, encourages respect for all genders. Don't forget to include a strong and respectful slogan or message, something that will make people stop, think, and feel inspired to be kinder and more understanding. Be as creative as you can. Use colors, drawings, symbols like hearts, pride flags, or equality signs. You can even include quotes that inspire fairness, love, and unity. Your goal? Make sure your poster sends a clear and positive message about inclusion and respect, something you'd proudly hang in your classroom or hallway. Take your time, enjoy the process, and let your creativity speak up for kindness and equality. Ready? Let's begin your poster campaign. Activity 11, Pledge Power, Crafting a Culture of Respect and Support. As we wrap up our lesson, it's time for a powerful reflection on everything you've learned about healthy and positive sexuality and building a respectful, inclusive community. For this activity, you will create your own pledge of commitment. This pledge will serve as your personal promise, a commitment to promoting respect, understanding, and support for all. Use the pledge form below as your guide. Feel free to express your sincerity, values, and beliefs in your own words. Be thoughtful and write from the heart. Once done, you may read your pledge aloud or submit it to your teacher. Let's create a learning community that truly respects and empowers everyone. Formative assessment time. Let's see how much you've learned so far. Instructions. Read each statement carefully. Write true if you believe the statement is correct. Write false if you believe the statement is incorrect. Write your answers on your answer sheet or notebook. Pause the video now while you answer. Take your time. Play it again when you're ready to check your answers on the next slide. Good luck, and be honest with yourself. Are you ready to check your answers? If you're not yet ready, go ahead and pause the video. But if you are, press play and let's check together. That's it for today's lesson, Grade 8 learners. I hope you gained valuable insights and understanding about healthy and positive sexuality and the importance of equality, respect, and acceptance in building a supportive environment for all. Remember, learning doesn't stop here. Continue to reflect, ask questions, and be kind and respectful in everything you do.